Okay. Should be live. Hey guys. What's going on? I'm Kings. And it took forever for YouTube to register I was online, but okay. I just like reloaded Map Genie. It still hasn't loaded, still hasn't learned a bunch of new stuff yet. There's like a bunch of stuff just right outside my freaking door. Girl shotgun, shock rod, and trooper bodies. I never actually jumped off the pad. I like went backwards, so that's probably the reason. Okay. Water open. We'll dive in. This time we're gonna actually go to town, and we're gonna actually see. Got a quest we can run into. Really, is the area that I actually explored hasn't actually been updated on the map. Just weird. No like healing station on this thing. I know there's a thing here, but I don't think there's actual like a healing. Oh, there it is. That's doing. Okay. We are currently right here, and right there this way. Way too much Pokemon. Did it? Says it was stealing. Whoops. Don't appear to catch me stealing though. Is weird. I don't understand why places exist. Like, why am I up here?
Sounding glib, that ain't a good sign.
Caution. The sign seems to be functioning nominally.
Can't say the same for the truth.
There's a double shotgun. So I go from pistol, I have no ammo for, and this gun here. I guess we'll just put on the double shotgun since we have some ammo for it. It sucks, but we need more ammo. Triple barrel shotgun. Instead of a double barrel shotgun, it's a triple barrel shotgun. Then you got the shock rod, which is really over to my left. Bodies. Extra holster. And additional button slot. Crossball. Is that like a... There's a time day-night cycle? Apparently there is. I don't see that shock rod anywhere though. Be over here somewhere.
Standing up, life support.
57. Is a dangerous hazard found throughout Arcadia, powering Protectorate's auto mechs. Standing in Zeranium poison you, lowering your maximum toxicity. Too much Zeranium poisoning can prove fatal. Visit doctor or auto doctor remove accumulated Zeranium poisoning. Warning, some Zeranium clouds are denser than others, increasing the rate of poisoning blood. Okay. Why are they over here? Are they trying to loot something? What I see.
Company. Must be from that ship on the lake pad.
Auntie's choice knows. That's better you.
Save.
3 pills and an ointment away.
Whoa there, go-getter. Welcome to Fairfield, now under the new and improved management of Auntie's Choice. I'd usually ask if you were affiliated with the previous regime, but you lack the bewildered gaze of a yay-saying Protectorate subject. Even so, going to have to ask you to identify yourself. Still a war on and all.
Why choose just any choice when you could choose Auntie's
If I stay.
Earth Directorate, huh? Like, from the serials? Thought Arcadia was outside your jurisdiction. Any folk native to this place sure wouldn't have ever heard of you. End of the day, we let most anybody in. Bottom line's all we care about is our bottom line. That'll be all. Unless you got any questions before you're on your way.
Introducing Auntie's new line of specialty drinks.
On the way from the landing pad? Had a convoy out that way. They're overdue. See any sign of them?
Dead.
Damnation. I know that toss ball. Belonged to a friend on that detail. Keepsake, I guess. Thanks. That'll mean a lot to his family. They can use it to pay his gravesite fees. Fool never bothered keeping up on the payments. Them Protectorate drones been a serious menace of late. Heard Trooper Faulkner shot a few. You find a way to put a stop to them. There's a bounty for it.
Cool.
Bounty terminal's out next to the jail, across from the bar. Just down the lane here a spell. You get to Town Hall, you passed it. What? You been in hibernation or something? We're here to bring the free market's liberation to the people of Arcadia.
What does that mean?
Arcadia's bounty to the
Free
rest
market
of the
liberation.
galaxy, of course.
Nature made apples, but Auntie Fizzo's
Oh, we got everything. One of them, at least. Clinic's over there on your left. Watering hole's a bit
Yeah,
down on
one
the
of
right.
everything.
Market's a straight shot down the lane. As I've never heard of her, can't say I can. Seems like Minister Milver Street knows everybody, though. Probably ask him. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Before I forget, I have standing orders to send all newcomers to Minister Milver Street. He's in the town hall. That'd be the one with the giant hologram on it. Can't miss it. Once again, welcome to Fairfield, the official new home of free trade and self-reliance on Eden.
Let's go to every single building and see what's up. Stealing, so I'll take it. Not stealing, we're gonna take it.
Purple-berry crunch, except no imitations. The K lets you know it's authentic. Now with 110% of your
Okay. What? Ooh. That's a thing. Playing too much Pokemon.
Holler when you're ready for me, Doc. I'll be over here.
Respiratory fits of
Definitely
coughing.
not in excruciating pain.
Under 10 seconds. We are currently experiencing longer than normal waiting times. For
Don't mean to sound unsociable, but you might not want to stand so close. The bleeding ain't contagious, but it ain't slowed much neither. I'd hate to bleed all over you. Wouldn't mind conversating a bit, though. Anything to take my mind off the pain. Oh, it stings.
This unit is not permitted to operate within corporate-owned medical facilities without said corporation's consent. Non-legally binding reassurances, however, may be offered.
Reassurances, you say? Like what?
Deploying reassurance. Do not worry. You will be fine.
I guess that's something.
Okay.
Look at me, drawing comfort from a drone after being attacked by one. Funny world, ain't it? I was on sentry duty, bravely surveying our perimeter for threats, when a protectorate drone attacked out of nowhere. Third time in as many days. I returned fire like it was a cereal. Bang, bang, bang! Pew, pew, pew! Oh, not excessively, of course. Don't want Auntie taking that extra ammunition out of my paycheck. Again, it was all going fine until the damn thing blasts me while I'm reloading. Might
They
have been
charged them
courteous, you ask
ammunition.
me. I'd prefer if they were. Like with little butler hats, programmed to say pip pip and the like. Wouldn't be cost effective, but it would be adorable. Anyway, Trooper Faulkner happened upon the scene just then and dispatched the drone before it could finish me off. No idea where these drones are coming from, but Faulkner's been having a time of it lately. Be nice if someone helped out, but Carr's hands are tied. Lack of resources, I guess? As for the rest of these fine folk, they were attacked by Protectorate while defending the forward operating base. Imagine the base is probably hurting for warm bodies just now. Only one of the most lucrative posts a soldier could be assigned to. Hazard pay through the roof. The FOB's our main line of defense.
Hazard pay through the roof, that means you have a higher chance of getting killed.
That bridge of theirs and attacking us here in Fairfield. The man in charge, Commander Torres, is a legend. Rumor has it his troopers are relentless, fighting through wounds that would kill most. What I wouldn't give to join his outfit.
I can give this guy a choice. Looks like this is gonna get him killed.
Now there's an idea might be worth considering. They do say the quickest way to a promotion is by climbing over other bodies. It's all a moot point till I can get this arm of mine mended. Poor Doc Barnes is working himself to the bone trying to take care of us, but he's only one man. I suppose it could be worse. At least Command's not throwing us at that relay station. Can't imagine the casualties he'd be dealing with then, given all its defenses. Well, Cole's got the saloon up and running now. World always shines a little brighter after a few swigs of Spectrum. I don't know. You some kind of doctor type? Well, all right then. Just hope you're not squeamish. How bad is bad? Wait, don't tell me. I don't want to know. That was a comparison I could have done without. Huh. Why do I feel hungry all of a sudden?
I can become a cannibal.
Okay. Don't sweat it, none. Auntie's Choice advocates for self-reliability anyway. Can't go around expecting other people to solve my problems for me, right?
Yeah, you're here for the doctor. Oh, like I said the same thing.
No, I'll be paying him for a service. I'm supporting the local economy, you see. Anyway, thanks for stopping to chat. The
It's
other
funny
troopers
when
here
the
ain't exactly
character
chatty
in game
types.
says the same thing I say out
Maybe
loud.
on account of the blood loss?
I must ask you to hold still.
Take whatever business you're running elsewhere.
My liver ain't the lily kind. Tell it to me straight, Doc.
The bullet shattered your tibia and all but demolished your gastrocnemius muscle. Due to the risk of infection, I have to abscise your leg. There is good news, however. I recently enrolled in a course on advanced amputation techniques, so I'll be seeing a positive return on my investment sooner than expected.
Yeah, Doc. Is this really necessary? Kind of need my leg. You know, for getting around and such.
I don't have time to argue about this. I have other patients waiting. If you're disinclined to live, leave. Otherwise, we need to get you prepped for the procedure.
Say, how sore are my pockets gonna be after all this, Doc? Don't suppose there's a discount for only taking a portion of the leg?
I'm not running a charity. If you desire full treatment, you'll pay full cost. If that's a problem, seek compensation from your commanding officer. A kind, if naive offer. Unless you have thousands of bits to burn, any amount you could provide would be a drop in the tank at best. My services do not come cheaply.
This is a mighty big decision, Doc. Can I have a moment to noodle on it?
I don't encourage delays, but very well. It'll take a few minutes for me to warm up the saw anyway. Short of you skipping back in time and ordering the coagulant I need, I doubt anything can be done to accelerate the timetable for treating these soldiers. I am a doctor, not a magician. I cannot manufacture coagulant from the aether, neither do I possess the special training to improvise with what supplies I have on hand. Now, was there anything else? My stimulants cost a premium, but take enough and you'll see the architect. Yeah, at least that's what I've heard.
That's what I've heard. Okay. So I can buy extra primer ports. Gain additional medical inhaler slot. Okay, so yeah, these are really expensive. $800 for just one of these. So $700 for that. Eddie's Choice Infusion Starter. Use 200 instantly. So if I want to sell stuff, shock rod. I can't sell ammo in this game. There's a lot of games where you can't do that. Do these not have like a price on them? Well, that has a $300 price to it tag, and then some of these just have none. Wonder if like different merchants have different prices on things. Sure. Restores health. Every single last one restores health, looks like. Just percentages. Small percentages, anyway. $300 from that seems a pretty good price, but if I was buying anything from this guy, it doesn't really seem worth it. Like trauma kits for $350. So that's stealing. Need medical 3, which I'm trying to get to anyway. I just need to level up. Need medical 4 is what I'm trying to get, but medical 3 is what I'm going to get next. Next level up is 90 times 7.
Why choose just any choice when you could choose
Keep your petty skepticism. I'll pay my tab in no time. You'll see.
Our target audience here is
people who want to forget their worries, and sometimes their names. Welcome to the Name Pending Saloon, purveyor of spirits and stimuli. What'll it be, stranger? Why, sure. You'd be surprised how much loose talk and idle speculation occurs around here. What, between them Protectorate defectors, finally able to speak their minds, and all our off-duty Antes employees carping about work and the war. Any particular topic you have in mind? Oh, Minister Milverstreet's blessed with the gift of gab. Swear he could sell bypass shunts to a Raptidon. Ain't one of them falsely magniloquent types, though. Sincere fella. Shares command of Fairfield with Acquisitions Officer Carr. She's blunt and murderous. Two traits Auntie's Choice highly prizes in a commander of corporate forces. To say they have differing approaches to leadership is like saying, gee, suns are hot, whilst being incinerated in a solar eruption.
Okay.
Vox Station's run by a brigadier by the name of Montelli. Sounds like he's as much a danger to his own troops as ours. Real piece of work, even by Protectorate standards. Reportedly enamored of show trials and summary executions. Tell you one thing you can't avoid, the bridge. No other way around it, and at present, it's held by Protectorate forces. We have a small contingent of troops bivouacked nearby. Forward Operating Base, they call it.
It's so weird why people like recently are starting to use this term more often than instead of just the word camped. Like I remember the first time I ever even heard the word bivouac was literally from Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Before that, I've never heard of that term whatsoever. I had to look it up. Like, what the hell is a bivouac? It just means camp. So why are they using that term? Camp is just a shorter word, and we're noble.
You're asking me for the particulars of a high-level corporate acquisition, like an in-depth accounting of the various parties who vied for control and who won out in the end? They merged, rebranded. Auntie Cleo seems in charge now. Dunno. Do my best to steer clear of corporate intrigue. My pleasure. Got anything for me in return? Of course I know that. We all do. Just trying to make some bits while I can, you know? Besides, some say it's decades away. Why fret unduly today? Here I was
because it's actually
hoping you'd have
a
good
decade
story
away,
for me in
not
exchange,
several.
but, oh well. Not everyone's a seasoned raconteur. That is an ensuing step on my 19-point business plan. Trying to find a name that would convince patrons to spend their hard-earned bits here. Like to hear a few contenders? At present, my top favorites are 1. The Drunken Haggler, 2. Accessories, 3. Absinthe-Minded, 4. The Fair Shake. Now tell me, which would make you spend your hard-earned bits here? Well, that's what we'll call it then. I'll tell future business partners we did extensive outside testing. I can now check off step 18 of my business plan. Wait, have you already read it? Did you sneak in here whilst I was on break and peruse it in its entirety? Well, you must be some kind of intuitive business genius then. Hope
Business
you're not
genius,
staying
yes.
in town long. Don't need the competition. Anyhow, pick your poison. And I am mostly not being literal there.
Yeah, because all alcohol is poison. It all restores health, which I have a shit ton of anyway. I don't know what this is for. Ah. Is this all stealing?
Oh, you must be one of my copious direct reports. Rest assured, I'm making adequate progress in my manual labors. Time for another performance review already. Apologies, I'm still applying the required elbow grease to scour these surfaces, just like a novice facility sanitizer should. Many thanks for the validation. I don't suppose you can spread the word of my competency. I desperately seek to avoid yet another demotion. This meritocratic society is still so foreign. The workplace skullduggery, the prioritizing of self over community, the excessively colorful nutrition.
Excessively colorful nutrition.
I fear I'm not cut out for this canid, eat canid lifestyle. Seems the only way to flourish is through general underhandedness and ruthless efficiency. Never picked up those skills in my 50 years as Fairfield's drone operator. Pity they didn't keep me on there. I was quite skilled at it. Well, you're right. I wanted change. Whole reason I left the Protectorate in the first place. No sense complaining about the means now.
Almost feels like this game is trying to push communism.
Finally find a way to get ahead, and this...
That guard wasn't being ironical about the giant hologram over town hall. Well, guess we ought to go acquaint ourselves with that minister like she said.
There's bullet holes and blood on this wall. What is this icon next to him?
Can't you see I'm on the clock here?
With a door this tough? They must be storing something good in there.
Yeah, guns, armor, probably some ammunition too. Honestly, Kemp ain't that much of a mystery.
Have you two come to mock me like your fellow dullards? Perhaps if you rub together your only 2 brain cells, you might even come up with something approaching cutting. No. Wait. You're not some corporate simpleton, are you? On the contrary, you have the manner of an officer about you. Someone who understands the substantive weight of command. It's in the way you carry yourself, like a ship with the slightest amount of drag. You've seen death, suffered defeat. Did you perhaps lose soldiers in a battle recently? Yes, I understand what you mean completely. Time does not always do the work we hope it will. It blunts the bitterness of failure, at best. Please, allow me to start over. I am Warden Sterling, dedicated servant of the Protector of Arcadia and caretaker of worlds, the Sovereign Henry Varick. And if I did, so you would. But I am of 2 minds on the matter of providing one. You may hold no allegiance to Auntie's choice, but you are not Protectorate either. I think it best we end our conclave here. Be on your way before you draw attention to either of us.
Okay.
You're thinking too small, Murph. I'd put money on the Protectorate stashing treasure inside. A whole pool of bits enough to swim in.
It's a constabulary, not a bank. And certainly not some kind of gold-filled swimming hole. Besides, these Protectorate lack imagination. Never had an original thought wasn't written down for them first. Like I told you before, it's probably just guns.
I'll take some guns.
I'd guess you're one such person. And a wrong one, as we've learned in dealing with this malicious contraption of a door.
We've tried everything short of skipping a ship through that door to get inside.
Why is that a black guy?
Come to think of it, maybe that's not such a bad idea.
You just destroy everything once the door gets broken because your ship would continue through the door. Do it right now.
I'd love to see the quartermaster's face after turning her lamps onto that requisition request.
Fine, Skip drives out. Say, maybe we could commandeer one of them tractors out in the field instead. Oh, that could plow through the door. If you don't hear me laughing, it's because I ain't.
You did throw your helmet at it that one time, Kemp. That's sort of close.
Whose side are you on here, Murph? Oh, really? Pff, why didn't you lead with that?
Ordinarily, I'd question how you came about such a unique skill set. But circumstances being what they are, have at it. Just know we're keeping an eye on you.
Okay.
Whoa! How in the blazes did you get in there?
Doesn't matter, but this shit's all mine. Did it? Oh, we're going from the roof.
Huh. Guns after all. Most of these irons look pretty old-fashioned, too. A bit lackluster, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's real sad how our trainees will have the armaments to defend us now. I swear, Kemp, sometimes I wonder about you. And of course, we have you to thank. That sure was an impressive display of ingenuity and forward thinking.
Yeah, forward thinking. You're lockpicking the door, which means I could technically do that to any other door that's just as hard. Right?
And humble, too. Well, we appreciate the assist. We're in a much better position to fight those Protectorate now than we were before. Auntie's Choice won't forget this.
Police officer hat. Armor sucks, but the hat's not bad. Let's see if we try to just take it. Think anybody will notice? This is the gun I got. Shock machine gun. It takes... I only have the ammo for it. It says machine gun, but it looks like it's a rifle. This is the gun. Interesting. So, bandolier uniform. Not sure what the heck, when did I get this, but infantry cap, toxicity drain. Cowboy hat. Gives me critical hit chance, and it does have the stolen icon on it. Sure. Will I get attacked for having this? I don't see anything. Maybe I just can't sell it because it's stolen or something. I don't know.
Don't go into that cheap saloon if you got a lick of gumption. They got no tolerance for it. Why do you think I'm out here? Has nothing to do with my current...
Boy, take this terminal and trash it. If you're about to blast me about fixing that void-forsaken terminal, it'll have to wait. I'm entitled to a break like anyone else. It's in my contract. I triple-checked. You must be thinking of some other brand of coffin nails. Andy's Coronas are made with only the best carcinogenic substitutes. Guaranteed to extend your life, not shorten it. It's also the only smoke worth a good damn on this moon. Here, try a pack. On me. No, it's just like they say, though. A great sale profits everyone. What's good business for Aunties is good for us all. I'm a technician. I've been getting pressure from folks up top to deploy these Protectorate drones to the military camp on behalf of Auntie's Choice. The drones are ready to launch. All that needs doing is fixing their targeting priorities so they mark us as friendlies. But I can't breach the terminal's security protocols. You'd think so, huh? But these Protectorate systems aren't like ours back home. Trip the wrong switch and you get locked out. Have to start all over. Ask me how I know. As long as I'm on break, work does not exist. I cannot see the terminal. I do not hear the terminal. Get me? If you want to go poking around, that's your prerogative. Just don't break anything, all right? Look at him go. Car's gonna be pleased having them added to the arsenal. Drones launched and no one dead. I'd say this calls for a celebratory smoke.
Already smoking.
Say, maybe we don't mention your part in all this to Carr, huh? Truth be told, she's taken issue with me as of late. I could really do with not looking the fool again. You're a real pal. You will definitely be getting a high score from me during the biannual peer review. And before you go, take these. Reckon they'll come in handy to someone of your expertise.
Flail and a magnet. Whatever that means. Where's this bounty area? Is it up here, maybe? I don't understand where the bounty area is. I think it'd be this place,
People
right?
think I got ejected from the saloon because I'm 3 sheets to the wind. Well, maybe I am drunk. Drunk on bold ideas.
You can't actually set it as active. Mentioned, but I can't do anything with it. On duty by the barn. Having a problem with marauding drones. Doesn't tell me any, like, how do I get to it, though?
Leave me be. I have no interest in dealing with the machinations of you dark marketers today.
Where's the barn at, then?
No signs of corrosion. You just stopping by to admire the mines, or is there something I can help you with? See this system here? It deploys extreme countermeasures against overhead attacks in the form of aerial explosives, oft referred to as sky mines by those who prefer brevity. However, the whole thing is currently non-operational. Some problem with the lifting mechanism. No lift means no sky mines.
No sky mines means the enemy can blow in like a bad sail, and we'll all be passing in our bits before you can say, gee, nice weather we're having today. Truth is, maybe I could use some help. But if you mention this conversation to anyone, I will deny it ever took place. I'll be over there if you need me. Way over there. Should clear the blast radius at that distance.
Yeah, getting the lockpick hacking and engineer skill has literally helped in a lot of cases. Like, a lot of cases, to be completely honest. Like, once I get medical 4, like, I'm just gonna start putting more points in all of those again. Kind of manual, I could have done it that way. I have just a replacement in my pocket.
What in the...
Did it? Those are just gonna, like, go around the city, and then anything that flies into them just goes boom.
All right, so you got her working. Bully for you. No, sorry, you're right. You did me, and all of Fairfield, a good turn here. Just thought I'd feel more relieved when the launcher was working again. Real subtle, ain't you? Here, managed to cobble some frags together from a damaged mine earlier. Who knows?
More
Might get
grenades.
you out of a pinch one of these days. And seeing how expertly you worked, you may as well take this armor modification too. I'm sure you'll have an easier time installing it than I would. Where should I go? What are these icons next to it? Vendors, maybe? The local map is way better than some games I've played. Like, the local maps in, like, Fallout, like Fallout 3 and 4, all suck. Like, this is way more easier to freaking understand. Backpick laying right there. So this is all stealing.
How do you protectorate folk feel about all these little rifts? Auntie insists they're the next mind your own business interest.
Outsider.
Stealing. Bits are just money. Oh, you're not being seen doing it, you should be fine. Hydroponics?
I'm simply not credulous enough to accept this is where I've ended up. I'd welcome you, would-be consumer, but we are not a retail operation. Please visit the various consumer locations around Fairfield for all your purchasing needs. I have far too many claims on my time to be able to cater to the curious at the moment. I was meant to have help, but they lacked the barest amount of gray matter it takes to keep from getting locked up by excessive corporate malfeasance. So, I'm on my own here, breaking my back, trying to buttress all these vines on top of all my other jobs. Oh, the bits I wouldn't pay for some of those mechs the Protectorate used to work this place. So, is there anything else, or can I get back to work?
Bird info discovered.
You read my terminal? How embarrassing. The compliance adjusters broke the door lock when they arrested my predecessor, and I haven't gotten around to fixing it yet. Not that I thought anyone had come snooping. I'd made careful arrangements to tie up everyone's loose ends. Everyone except you, it seems. So, why are you so interested in my other work? You're not part of compliance. Huh. Assertive, ambitious, and aggressively self-deterministic? A go-getter who's not afraid of getting into the muck if there might be profit in it? You know.
Let me some profit.
I've been looking for some backfills with the kind of cleverness usually only found on the seedy lower decks of the claim. Feel like making a few bits? Wonderful. Your jib is exactly the kind of cut we could use right now. And I've got a whole cartridge of bits that's been waiting for someone to earn it. I'm part of Sub Rosa. We're a group of merchants, information brokers, and commodity traders who deal outside the systems most folk are confined by. We're the best way to get things done in anti-space if you're looking for profit. Want to buy it, sell it, move it? We've got someone to do it for you. Puh, they were rubes, nitwits, dolts so lacking in faculties that they couldn't handle the minuscule, and by that I mean damn tiny, amount of discretion this job requires. They had to be dealt with so we could all get back to work. And now that I'm here, things will be running right smoothly. So, long as your brain pan's filled with more than a half-dead sprat spinning on a rusty wheel, I absolutely guarantee this is a no-risk venture. Well, isn't that just wonderful? I had no suspicion when you walked through my door that you'd help resolve the last of the morass Paradise Island has become for us. And all we need you to do is access Quartermaster Cardos's terminal and scrub any Spectrum vodka from her ledgers. It's already been resold, so having it in her system could become problematic. Expunge it, and I get you some bits, and the friendship of Sub Rosa all over the system. You get me? And I'll be waiting here with your bits.
Okay, just talking to her gave me some experience. Interesting. As long as I don't get caught. I have no idea where this dude that wants to kill these drones are at.
Ectoplasm. Wait. Nope. Heavens. Auntie, you scared the living daylights out of me. Shouldn't sneak up on a man like that.
This
Good way to
person
run
last
a
name
bullet
both Warren.
betwixt the eyes. You know, you might be right. I'm reliably certain I do not want to find out. Guess I should apologize for all that hullabaloo before. Just mistook you for another unfleshly manifestation. Look, I know how it sounds, like I'm a few crabbles short of a hurt, but just hear me out. It all started the other night. Saw a personage leaving the greenhouse, late. Figured it for Emily, but when I asked her about it, she didn't know what I was talking about. Happened again the next night. Gave chase that time, but lost them hereabouts. I turned a corner and they'd up and vanished. I've knocked on doors, peeped a few windows, respectfully, mind you. And I ain't spied anything more exciting than a chair. But then, a being of pure information probably wouldn't linger on this plane any longer than necessary. Too tiresome, would be my guess. Well,
You're unbalanced.
I still don't know all the particulars yet, but it's one theory. Yeah, we are all molecular machines and whatnot. I'm familiar with the 6 pillars of scientism. Guess I figured that was more open to interpretation than not. I certainly won't say no to having a fresh set of lamps on the scene. Just be careful. Hate to see you disappeared like that foodstuffs.
Hacking level 3. Where would I find this scrap of paper? I don't see a scrap of paper anywhere.
Saw you coming this time.
What's this mission called? Placed in on the fridge. Here we go. What happened? Unlock the cellar. Where's the cellar at? Get to the cellar game. Here we go.
I suppose it was only a matter of time until we were discovered. Though what an odd thing to die for. Apples. Is that not why you've come? Because you discovered our recent larceny at the greenhouse? The greenhouse's stolen bounty? offered a healthy alternative to gorging ourselves on that vending machine poison. Alas, I was spotted on 1 or 2 forays. Starving? Hardly. We have greater stores of strength than you suppose. This hunger is a momentary distraction, nothing more. Do not speak of biology to me, interloper. We are not the same. I am built in accordance with the paradigm. And you are insubstantial, weakened under the burden of choice.
Burden of choice.
If you are conniving for some concession of weakness, you will be a long time waiting.
So
Thought I
both
saw
people
you
are crazy.
disappear in here. Oh, seems I've stumbled into quite the shindig. You lot been hiding out in here all this time? Touch cramped, ain't it? You've got me there. Nothing enigmatical about a trio of Protectorate stowaways.
The more I listen to invaders blathering, the more convinced I become of the need to rid our fair island of your wretched stupidity by any means necessary.
Not very copacetic, are you folks?
If this exchange is not to your liking, I can accommodate you with a bullet instead.
Oh man, if I had speech level 2, I could choose another option.
Spare me your insults. They mean less than nothing coming from the mouth of a corporate pet. I would sever my own hands at the wrist rather than sign a corporate contract. A generous offer, but we prefer to die in the service of the Sovereign. This was always going to end in blood.
Closing in.
Guess I had this mystery all wrong. A small part of me was hoping... Nah, never mind. It's downright foolish. I lost a friend in the invasion. A good friend. Thought maybe all this was her trying to send me a message of some kind. Like I said, foolish. She was. Yeah. Oh, that feels good to say aloud, even if it hurts too. Romantic entanglements ain't exactly encouraged between troopers, especially in the same division. Supposedly compromises our decision-making in the field. But I digress. Thanks for your help, and for listening to my languishments. Glad someone else might remember her now, too.
Need a high security lockbox. High security lockbox. Damage resistance sounds pretty good. Collectible of some sort. Sent to your ship and may be opened there in advanced decryption keys. Okay. Was that the box that Valerie said she wanted open? Is that what that's supposed to be? I don't know. Engineering 3, you don't have to open this. Another way in here? From the roof, maybe? I'm sure that is. But
Juliana. Oh, my Juliana. Even though I now rank among the Protectorate's foes, I hoped you would return to me. Every night I would sneak out of Fairfield, despite the danger, desperate to find you. Hoping you would see fit to join your wife. Yet no one has heard from you since you went to the Skycutter facility. Not in 2 weeks. I can only assume the worst. I don't think I can stay in this town any longer. Perhaps if I return to suffer the Protectorate's justice, I shall at least learn what became of you. And if you are gone, I hope I shall be executed. Then at least we shall be together.
bit extreme, but okay. Going house to house, see if there's anything quest-wise or anything like that, but
DeVries sure has some cheek putting the Earth Directorate symbol on her wall after everything she's done.
this is DeVries' place.
My cover story has worked. I am safely ensconced at the Vox station, assigned to the lowly Information Input and Retrieval Department. It seems a colony so certain of its absolute control over its subjects can be less than rigorous when it comes to security. I was able to easily widen out a space behind the walls of the main control room to establish my safe room, giving me unfettered access to the communication transfer conduits. I have hacked into their system downstream from the security protocols, so I am able to infiltrate their entire system with them being none the wiser. While I have little doubt as to the success of our mission, trepidation still gnaws at me, though I cannot say why. Perhaps it is simply the normal mission commencement jitters. I thought my duties complete. Information gathered, reports filed, preparations made. I'd even created a fictitious identity and work transfer to Horizon Point Station well ahead of schedule, in order to keep anyone from tracking my movements upon commencing the mission. All that was left was the waiting. Or so I thought. Then, troubling information came to light. I've seen the numbers. I've seen the equations. While I don't understand all of it, I understand enough to know it is the truth. And I am the only one in a position to act upon it, though it means the betrayal of my team and the duty I swore to uphold. But can I? I did it. They are all dead. And I am still alive. I had not expected this. I had prepared no alibi, and so felt assured my ruse would be discovered and I'd not have to carry this burden. But the complete gullibility of the Protectorate subjects cannot be underestimated, it seems. My threadbare excuse of my grievous wounds as pitchball injuries was accepted without question. I can only keep telling myself it had to be done. Something which becomes harder by the day as the rift anomaly grows in the sky. But it was all part of the plan. Wasn't it?
I can't believe this. Void me if I understand any of this. DeVries sold us out for what? Because of a few equations? Some dots and lines on a graph? Good fucking law. I mean, she wasn't a damn scientist. She said it herself. She didn't understand all of it, the math. So what was she thinking? How can you be so even-tempered about this? I know you didn't know her like I did. Like I thought I did, but she betrayed us. She killed our friends, Commander. Damn it! I never wanted to talk about this. I wanted to just leave it alone. Told myself, no point in dredging up the past. Should have known it wouldn't rest. DeVries may have saved me on Triangula, but I wasn't the only one looked up to her. Lots of the other recruits talked about her too, back at the academy. We all thought she was the pinnacle of what an agent should be. Tough, smart, ain't a job she couldn't get done. And better and faster than everyone else. Inspired all of us. Reckon so. Some might embarrassing how much worship we all put on her name. You put a tool in my hand, I would have built monuments to her. Figured my own career could be just that. Doing for others what she done for me. Never imagined I'd actually get to work with her. Me, some nobody from Triangula. And then she betrayed us. Tried telling myself it was an accident, but now we've got the cold, hard proof it wasn't. Law only knows why she trusted the Order's numbers.
Don't know who the Order is, but okay.
Ain't cynical if it turns out true. DeVries was willing to sacrifice us. I have to know what for. I mean, she always struck me as so pragmatic. Real sensible-like. Never figured she'd go all in on predictions from a bunch of monks. Maybe. She seemed tore up about the choice after the fact. Guilty. Not sure if that makes me feel better or worse. I don't take issue with folks clinging to whatever keeps them afloat. Math, science, the grand architect, void, even capital. I know how most colonies run. But when those beliefs start to require hurting others, even killing them, that's worth questioning their virtue. No, didn't even know DeVries was alive until she brought the satellite down. Until then, what kept me going was mostly training and stubbornness. And Val. But to your point, holding someone who's wronged you accountable for their actions ain't an act of vengeance. Some might call it justice. Can't imagine a sweeter dream than putting DeVries in the ground. Right after we get answers, of course. Whatever her plans, she started putting them in place while stationed undercover at the Vox Relay. Our next point of order ought to be getting in there. Reckon there's got to be someone on the island who can help us with that. Let's keep asking around. Friendly-like.
Friendly. Yeah, this stuff is all stealing, but yet no one lives here anymore. Man, new icons everywhere. Okay, haven't found the person to talk to about the one thing. Who is shooting? And I think that's the person to talk to about the.
That's the third drone in as many days. Where are the void damn things coming from?
Not likely. I've been keeping my lamps open for these things ever since they started attacking. But thanks for the concern all the same.
Of course, we could have staunched the flow of drones by now if Officer Carr dispatched another patrol, as I requested, but no such luck.
That was a nasty one. Drone downed him on the reload. I do hope he's on the mend now. Erickson's a fine fellow, if a rather poor shot.
He told you about that? That blasted, well-meaning gas bag. Now I gotta
Gas
ask him
bag.
to strike my involvement from his report to Officer Carr. You see, I wasn't exactly authorized to be shoring up other patrols on the perimeter. In fact, I might have been specifically ordered not to leave this spot. Thanks. Well, at least some people in this unit still understand the concept of discretion. And taking initiative. Trouble is, it's only a matter of time before these Protectorate drones break through and do some real damage to Fairfield. If you're keen on lending a hand, Bounty Terminal's just left of the constabulary. Carr doesn't trust me with that kind of work anymore. Not after my last performance
What's a
review.
constabulary?
So I
What am I
guess
looking
we're
for?
trusting in degenerate bounty hunters now.
Hey,
Really? Because that one looks like it's about due for the scrapyard.
Hey now, don't let the scratches fool you. Val here is in tip-top shape. Ain't that right, Val?
Error. Logic assembly not responding. Please ask your query at a later time.
This does not increase my confidence. However, given the state of my performance review, it's not like I'm one to talk. Really wish I could give those drones a piece of my mind. Unfortunately, I need to hang back and exercise my obedience to authority. Go out there and do what I can't. Show that bounty terminal and those Protectorate drones why no one fucks with Fairfield.
yeah. I can't fix you.
Gonna need a bigger storeroom. Let me guess. Gun keeps jamming, armor don't quite fit snug as you like. State your division and I'll get you outfitted. Quick and proper, or your next provision's free. Astounded the minister hasn't yet converted you to our cause. But in the meantime, I'll trade you my own bona fides for jotting down your name. I'll bet spend the same to me. As Chief Replenishment Officer, it's my privileged duty to furnish our brave troops with all of their wartime essentials. You could say I put the ration in liberation. Tell me what you need, and I'll do my ample best to supply you. No one here but you, me, and several tons of well-oiled machinery. What's this about? Good eye. Though I'd say they're better than nice. Got more armor than a hammerclaw, but better flight handling than the old clunkers we used to stock. If things had turned out differently, might be someone else standing here, while I'd be off piloting one of those beauties. Don't have the aptitude for flight, apparently. But this role suits me fine. I like the upward mobility, in the metaphorical business sense, I mean.
Could be wrong, but I think I saw a crack on one ship's primer assembly earlier. Will this make her, like, leave?
What? She'll start bleeding fuel during ascent, if not worse. I'd best go and take a quick gander, just in case. Thanks for the tip.
Punishment terminal keycard. Where do we get that keycard at?
She looks all right. Nah, mechanics must have already gotten to the issue. I wonder if that's why Arlie was here.
Where do we get the keycard?
And over there, you see, the fuselage has been modified to endure the pressure of repeated entries, which is... but listen to me blathering on. Tell me what you need, and I'll do my ample best to supply you. As a friendly reminder, all sales are final, especially ammunition.
I like some ammunition. Reclamation raiment. When you take damage in combat, you have a 5% chance to receive scrap metal or black powder. Damage resistance, but 5% damage resistance is lost every time the wearer takes damage. Pretty sure my current armor takes that as well, right? Pistol force charger. Fully automatic conversion at the expense of reduced damage and damage type side effect application. I don't really need to go full auto. This one sounds pretty good. Silencer. It was sold to the original owner. Okay. This armor already has defensive plating in it. Additional weapon slot. Still locked. You just need scrap metal. Wish it would tell me how many of these I already have. No, it does right there. Underneath it. 5 and 3, okay. It's weird how I can't put in the mod here. The barrel. Charged machine pistol. Don't I have the modification for it? What's that? Right here, right? Oh, is this just a recipe? No? Doesn't say it's a recipe. Recipes are right here. Oh yeah, I actually have it. Takes the same ammo as this, and my submachine gun as well. And then this takes whatever ammo that is. So this takes this ammo. Is compact rounds, and this takes short rounds. Shock rounds, shells. We could use more ammo. Holy crap, what are these? These are just all mods. Okay. We're all new. Holy shit, there's a lot of new in here. Alright, so that's it. So 1.5 magnification, more magnification, fire. Now, fires a charged burst mode, increasing base damage and shooting multiple shots in a burst. Changes damage type to corrosive. Corrosive damage stacks vulnerable, reducing the target's armor. Triple barrel. And it was firing while sliding, mantling, or sprinting. Increases recoil, spread, and movement speed while aiming down sights. Changes damage type to plasma. Spots hits mark your target, making them a priority to your companions, and increases the damage they take. Weapon now fires 3-shot bursts that inflict Sirenium on hit, increasing subsequent damage from this weapon. I like the suppressor. Fires explosive rounds that explode on contact, dealing damage with a small radius, lowers base damage of the weapon. Suppressors. I'm sure I have this already, don't I? So that's all I got. So I can recraft them if I need to. Where's this bounty board that I was told about? Or lockpick. 5. There's war chest key.
He'd make a great lower manager.
Thank you. Back to the sky mines, I would be able to do that now if I didn't have the things.
Stop that scrounging around. Stop blaming the wind. Trainee Lindell, be so kind as to remind us all what the first rule of the range is.
Guns are weapons, not toys.
And do we aim weapons at colleagues or at our own unprotected upper stories, even in jest? Hint, we do not. The soldiers before you are former Protectorate subjects, mainly of the farming variety. No knowledge of combat. Scarce experience wielding anything deadlier than a wrench. They are accustomed to being told what to do, when to do it, and even how to think. A lifetime of habitual servitude is not broken in a day. I'm not one to idle in the path of a good faith effort to accelerate education. The faster we can get more soldiers in the field, the better. There's just one problem. I don't know you. So, respectfully, I must ask, what do you feel qualifies you to give instruction to my recruits?
What? Oh, sure thing. The commander here is an experienced Deadeye and a natural leader. If you're looking for someone to deposit a few pearls of wisdom, I guarantee you'll not find better.
Much as I'm inclined to trust the word of your compatriot, I still expect you to advocate for yourself. You're the one who wishes to speak with my recruits, after all, not him. A teacher must always believe in the promise of their pupils, for as long as either are being paid to engage in instruction. Respectfully, I must decline your offer. Please excuse me. Lindell! You reload with the muzzle facing away from you. Away!
Nonsense.
The target, not on the ground, recruits.
Somewhere else.
You returned. I don't suppose you're here for instruction yourself. Is this about the trainees again? I'm not aware of any invasion. We are here as liberators, not invaders. We're bringing the free market to those without the freedom to choose, and liberating Arcadia's resources to aid struggling
It's also an illusion of
colonies.
choice because you can only choose Andy's choice. You can't
But
choose
listen to
anything
any of
else.
Our ex-Protectorate colleagues speak on their lives before. The stories they tell are stories of oppression. It's a wise personage who knows they don't know everything. As I tell my pupils, stay open to learning, and understanding will come. Please don't think me rude for abbreviating our conversation, but I must get back to my duties. Foul opportunity waits for the safety officer's back to turn.
I guess showing my skills in combat didn't help. I thought maybe it did, but
Protectorate folks must have been bored out of their skulls before we showed up. Now life in Fairfield's a real shit dick. Well, except for the handful of homeheads.
talked to this guy already. So the only person we haven't talked to is the town hall guy. But where the heck is the bounty guy at? I don't get it. Is this it here?
Welcome, welcome. See anything you like? Well, if it isn't a new face in Fairfield. What I meant to say is that we now have the new improved Purple Berry Crunch. Now with 10% more flavor. Or was it crunch? Oh, no? Wait, is it customary to hand out prizes to newcomers? Apologies for the blunder. Anyway, let's try this again. Welcome to More Perfect Goods, a proud Auntie's Choice franchise. How can I improve your day? Thanks for noticing. All part of the presentation, of course. Think success, present success, be success. It'd be a mite tricky for anyone to swipe something when I'm standing right here. Nothing gets past these peepers. I've been working the store going on a few weeks now. Got promoted shortly after Auntie's Choice liberated Fairfield. Still finding my stride with all the marketing suavities, as you witnessed. Advertising's been a right struggle to get a hold of, much to my chagrin. Well, advertising is an essential part of my business. But I haven't got any new products to advertise. Just the same stock I had yesterday. And the day before that. According to the guide, in situations such as this, I'm to consult my marketing department for new copy. Except I don't have one of those either. I didn't want to seem discourteous by asking. I still sometimes forget this isn't the Protectorate. Maybe I will put in the request. That'll sure show some initiative. Thanks for all your help. Now, is there anything I can do for you? Gladly. No better choice than Auntie's Choice.
Yeah, bud. Something called a Rattler. Advanced decryption key used to opening high security lockboxes. Need one of those. Where's most of my money? Sawed-off barrel. It was firing while sliding. Man, okay. 50% magazine size. I wonder if I could take this. Too bad there's not like a eye thing which tells me if I'm being discovered or okay, here's detected. It's back here. Oops, keep clicking the wrong buttons. I don't know. Okay. What's this extra holster thing I just got? Here it is. Oh, it goes. Pretty sure I already gained an extra holster, didn't I? Yeah. I can put this there, I guess. Okay. Thought maybe this was one of those things, but no, it's just another vendor. Yeah.
So many rumors flying around about the rifts. The lab coats can't figure them out.
Hello again. You get that inventory issue sorted? How grand. That officially mops up the last of the mess from the buffoons that came before me. And, as promised, my good fortune is also your good fortune. And while this might be a tad fewer bits than you were hoping for, remember, you've also made allies that you'll find all across Arcadia. Just keep watching for paintings of a stylish yellow rose with a split black circle near the middle. Like the one you passed on your way in. Find that rose, and you find Sub Rosa.
Okay. Level up! Alright, so we need to level ourselves up. We need to put some points into medical. And now we get another perk. So damage resistance. Why is this here? I already have this. So damage resistance, critical chance, additional crunch against strong enemies. Gain bonus damage against any faction you have negative reputation. I don't have any negative reputation. I have a perk that literally makes it so they can't go negative. You can access the restricted inventory of vending machines. What? Vulnerable. You can now apply vulnerable faster when dealing corrosive damage. All your equipped armor and weapons share the same brand, you gain a bonus. Auto mechanics always drop additional craft materials. You can hack into auto mechanicals, forcing them to restart temporarily disabling. You can reset unaware automatics by sneaking up on them and having enough hack skill. Shield. Okay, so with that we can go back to the medic.
A lot of fresh blood in the talent pool around here with these protectorate defectors.
I'd say welcome back, but I reckon a clinic's likely the last place any of us would choose if we had the choice. If you're here for the doc, hope you ain't in any kind of hurry. Wait's still on the long side of short. Surely do. Keeping it on the inside's the trouble. Aw, heck, but I shouldn't complain. Others have it worse than me. Eden's former tenants sure aren't making it easy for us to move in.
Was it this that I needed? Yeah.
I must say, I'm rather amazed. How did you manage to formulate coagulant with only a handful of ingredients?
Brilliant.
Oh. Well, yes, obviously that was going to be the next thing I tried. In any case, I hate being in debt to anyone, so here, something for your trouble. It's your lucky day, Trooper. Our friend here has manufactured a coagulant that will raise your likelihood of surviving the abscission procedure tenfold.
I'm still not sure about...
What's that burning smell? Oh, good. I think the saw's all warmed up.
Okay.
Take this admonishment with all the professional affection a physician can legally administer. In future, you might consider moving away from bullets instead of into them.
But without my leg, how am I going to climb the ranks?
Literally, probably not very dexterously. Metaphorically, well, that depends on your own initiative, doesn't it? Oh, I'm sorry. You must be my replacement, since you're so clearly qualified to do my job. Folks like you make a body glad to be abusing anthracillin.
Say, how sore are my pockets gonna be after all this, Doc? Don't suppose there's a discount for only taking a portion of the leg?
I'm not running a charity. If you desire full treatment, you'll pay full cost. If that's a problem, seek compensation from your commanding... Well then, she should have thought about that before getting shot.
This is a mighty big decision, Doc.
I don't encourage delays.
So he won't actually do that?
Very well. It'll take a few minutes for me to warm up the saw anyway. sweet, merciful law, as if I haven't enough to contend with than some would-be resurrectionist coming around. What's next? A giant station falling out of the sky to crush us all? In case it isn't apparent,
that
I'm
foreshadowing?
having what might be called a day. A whole platoon of soldiers decided to get themselves all shot up defending the forward operating base. And then there's Erickson. Something happened with a drone. I don't know. You'd be better off speaking with him about it. Oh, good lad. But he's mistaken. It's not more hands I need, but resources. Short of you skipping back in time and ordering the coagulant I need, I doubt anything can be done to accelerate the timetable for treating
But I made the coagulant.
I can barely get the damn thing to produce antiseptic, so I sincerely doubt it. But if you've the training to work such a machine, you're welcome to try. Now, was there anything else? Some. Most still tout the all-healing nature of Protectorate medicine. But despite that, they're surprisingly amenable to accepting treatment.
They ain't grown up with the right to dissent. Probably wouldn't even occur to them to turn down poison if you told them to take it.
Good thing I don't prescribe poison then. Normally. In truth, I expected more resistance given the sudden transition. But I'm not one to complain of a headache I don't have. I must say, I'm rather amazed. I thought I smelled gunpowder and blood. Hello again. I'm here for any doctorial services you may require. Pharmaceuticals, bandages, tinctures. It's all here.
Not sure.
Schedule an appointment if you need to talk to me.
Hello again. Hope you ain't here for yourself. Much obliged. That feels night and day better already. Protectorate forces won't know what hit them once I'm back in the field. Thanks again, friend.
Oh.
You watch. The next time you see me, I'll be knocking around
Blood
with
and
Commander
bile are
Torres.
covered under our standard sanitation tax. All other
I still have no idea where to go for the...
Ever find yourself too much?
Like, I've been to every single building, I think, besides this one.
Too much disposable income? I got plenty of ideas on how to dispose of it.
I don't see the machine that's supposed to... Before we go in here, let's get a save. Is there a reason to be over here?
Yeah.
Yes, oh, no. Oh, no. No. Yet you see fit to keep me in a constant state of consternation. With each unauthorized act, you jeopardize our hold of Fairfield.
Yes, but you must understand, the Protectorate citizenry is a hair's breadth from defection. Within the week, I'm certain.
Certain? Like the week prior and the week before that. Impressive foresight you wield.
Should apply to join the Order of the Ascendant.
It would be difficult enough to convert the stubborn populace without your soldiers' constant, ill-advised forays.
Enough! Your yipping reminds me of my 2 old canids. I loved those canids. You, on the other hand, are trying my patience. We don't want to try Auntie's patience, do we?
No,
Auntie.
Auntie.
Yes, I thought not. Now, unless you care to see what life in the lower rungs looks like, you will both of you cease your foolish maneuvering immediately. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Auntie.
Good. See that it is done. I will brook no more disappointments. And while you're at it, you might want to look into your security situation, Commander. I'm not accustomed to an audience when addressing my subordinates.
Who in the void? Eavesdropping on Auntie's choice business is like to get a body shot for spine. Though you're not wanting for moxie. I'll give you that.
Now hold a moment, Carr. When opportunity comes visiting, perhaps it's better not to riddle it full of holes. Our new compatriot may be of assistance.
A surprisingly good point, especially from you. She only forbade us using our own personnel. Be a whole other matter were a stranger to happen to aid one of us. But which? Well, you seem an observant sort, so I expect you'll tire of Milver Street's bluster soon enough. Come see me before agreeing to whatever absurdity he proposes. Unlike him, I have some work actually befitting your time. I'll be waiting.
Okay.
Alone at last. I never thought she'd leave. Now then, allow me to introduce myself. I am D.B. Milver Street, Minister of Marketing, Duke of Demographics, Commercial Condottiere, President of Promotional Material. Tell me, do you believe in signs?
No.
Splendid, because I'm not interested in hiring any more idiots. I'm looking for people of tact and vision and perspicacity.
So what now?
I do not believe in signs. I believe in opportunities. Right now, at this moment, you and I have an opportunity to save countless lives. But I'm hardly the type to beg and ask for nothing in return. Tell me, what do you desire of this island?
The island.
Who doesn't get such a compulsion from time to time? Well, if you're serious about it, I suspect we can assist one another. You help me, and I'll get you inside. Better yet, helping me shall result in our saving dozens, no, hundreds of lives. Your conscience shall be renewed. Auntie may demand Carr and I do nothing, but for each moment I remain inactive, dozens fall in meaningless combat. I seek a persuasive method of alleviating this conflict. The Protectorate utilizes a procedure known as mental refreshment to ease the temperament of wayward subjects. The Ministry of Accuracy contains vital information about the process and where it is performed. This is the prize I seek. I previously sent a grafted soldier, Trooper Sealong, to retrieve said information, but I have not heard from her in some time. Consequently, I must presume the worst. Yes, one additional word of warning. The good Commander Carr shall not take kindly to your working with me. Though that is a bridge most worth burning, in my estimate.
So I gotta
Watch out
choose
for that
which.
Nancy Cleo. I know she don't look it, but she's more dangerous than she seems. Even the whole of Spacer's choice couldn't outmaneuver her.
So yeah, so this is where I gotta decide which faction, or not faction, which choice I want to do.
You're here early. I expected you'd be on the receiving end of Milver Street's bluster until close to the end of time. Happy that ain't the case, as I can make use of you. I'm Officer Babylon Carr, head of aggressive acquisitions and persons elimination on Paradise
His name
Island.
Babylon is
Let no one say I can't
interesting.
be official when circumstances merit. Now, not to say I question the presence of a wayward sightseer in the midst of a war-torn waste, but it might be safer for us both if I knew your purpose. The Vox, eh? Bent on bloody self-destruction, I could just have my troops dispatch you, save you the effort. Although if you were keen on continuing to draw breath, perhaps you and I could broker a deal. There are Protectorate vitals need bled. You could do the bleeding. I want the Protectorate war effort exsanguinated. You want into the Vox relay. You help me, I help you. There's a particular holding we shelled early in the war, name of Euphoria Coast Automech Repair Center. Deserves a raising for the length of its blasted name alone. My scouts report recent Protectorate attempts to bring it back to functioning. I need the place sabotaged, lest Automechs return to aid the Protectorate war effort in droves. Should note, the ministers like to take our working together as a personal affront. Aid me, and I suspect he'll rescind any offer he may have made to you. Do you suggest that our good minister has lost patience with playing fair and now seeks to delve into the oily recesses of brainwashing? Oh, for shame. He's devoted to his half measures. I'll give him that. But he wouldn't have to wheedle and connive if he knew directness. Milver Street's grinning manipulation won't earn nothing but more of our own dead. Work with me. Certainly could. I wouldn't shed a tear on behalf of those drones, but the Protectorate is used to losing its people, and there'd no doubt be a replacement crew in a week's time. The repair center itself needs to be permanently put out of commission. Anything else is temporary. Competence recognizes competence. One last thing. Visit the Ministry
I'm
of
a big fan of
Accuracy
brainwashing.
first to gain credentials
Even though
that
they're all
will grant you
brainwashed.
easy entrance to the repair center.
Okay, so look at that. This is the one building I don't think I've been into yet. Let's go down there.
Commander, there is a 98.7% chance that hunting Agent DeVries will require greater amounts of ammunition than you currently possess.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get
Ammunition
more.
can be purchased at vending machines or crafted at a workbench using materials like this collection of scrap metal and powder.
I can also help you craft items in a pinch when we're out together. Most won't even explode on you. Can't get that Andy's Choice jingle out of my head. Hey, if I start humming it, you do what you gotta. Anyway, need something, Commander?
I can tell them to fuck off and never come back.
Sure. Always happy to tool around for a bit. What did you have in mind?
Okay, I'll take some extra ammo for sure. Alright, so I want to head that way.
Did pulverizing them suffice? No, I couldn't liquefy them. Apply heat and congeal them into kibble no beast could resist. Oh, Ethel, darling, you're a genius. Approach with less haste next time, won't you? Copernicus may be tame, but he still doesn't take kindly to being startled.
I think you're the only one here startled.
I am Ethel Tinsley, chimeric scientist. I'm responsible for taming this delightful raptidon here. He will protect our fair town from his feral brethren in the wilds. Theoretically. Officer Carr has been in a state waiting for me to train the raptidons to, maul on command. It's rather pressing, and alas, one scientist-turned-tamer can only do so much. One might say I'm perhaps a bit on edge. Folk here have grown weary, shall we say, with the war effort, and with avoiding Carr and the minister's would-be fisticuffs. No, I don't believe it is. That's what the Protectorate announcers wanted us to believe anyway, before Auntie showed us the truth. No, this is quite abnormal, I'm sure. Anyhow, all I know is that if they were to begin working with each other, the mood in town would certainly be merrier. Or something akin to it. Well, I was a subject once. Despite my talents, the plan dictated that I should be relegated to programming cleaning mechs. Bah. But then, Auntie's choice came along and offered to transform our lives for the better. I chose to accept. And look where I am today. Over the last year, I have climbed the rungs of my division through the sheer merit of my work. I have finally earned the respect I was always due. Ah, so you must understand what my position exemplifies and why my work has become my pride. When I embraced Auntie's, I was given latitude to better myself. My dreams and abilities were my only limit. That's the beauty of Auntie's choice. Everyone can make of their lives what they wish. Ask any of the other Protectorate subjects who converted, and they'd echo my words. When one can allow their ambitions to show, that is true freedom. Why do you assume I had anyone I could consider as such? My parents returned to the void long ago. No siblings, no children. I am the sole bearer of my name. As for friends, few cared for a janitor who talked to herself and preferred her books to praising the sovereign. Couldn't possibly understand what it's like to be seen as nothing. Then finally be afforded the opportunity to prove your worth. In any case, I do hope I've satisfied your curiosity. The war effort and liberating the rest of the Protectorate waits for no one, you understand? I would never imply such a thing. I'm sure the Minister and Officer Carr have only our best interests at heart. Though I must admit, their continuing quarrels give me trepidation. I'm unused to the way things are done here, I suppose. The Protectorate leadership never behaved in such a manner. So I should return to the Protectorate and accept swift death for desertion? Certainly not. I would much rather stay here, continue my work, and hope my leaders can reach an accord. Challenging though it may be, one wishes to woo Protectorate subjects to our ranks. The other wishes to secure a decisive victory with weaponry and technology. As for which approach is best, I wish I knew. Then her hands will be tied no longer. I suppose I can find relief in that. Some may think it too cruel to use Officer Carr's methods to strike the enemy while they are down. But I have come to believe there may only be one way to truly defeat an enemy such as the Protectorate. She believes this as well. Very well. I ought to focus more on my work than on social tension. I work directly with Officer Carr and her soldiers to ensure they're outfitted with the best Raptidon counterparts Paradise Island can provide. In theory, they'll be trusted to guard our most precious assets, including our leadership. For now, they deter encroachment from wild Raptidons. It's most agreeable. Trust me, they are safer here than out in the wilds. I have been reprimanded thrice now for undue pampering. I would not be here if this experiment was still causing needless suffering.
Did it? I thought maybe there was gonna be like a mission of something. Why can't I climb up here? They're all stealing. What's my current quest then here? I really want to go do the mission. Who's this? I don't know if there's any missions down that way. Let's go over here then.
Might I have a word, Commander? I know I've been pushing to find DeVries, so this might seem a bit of a left turn. Avoid it. I'm just gonna ask. Got an old friend here on the island. The doctor who patched me up after Horizon Point. Ex-protectorate, a good man. Tracked on the Westport a short time ago, but never got up the nerve to visit. Reckon we could drop by and pay him a visit? Brief one, of course. No, I mean, at least not since that time I tried mixing my own detergent, but I'm sure you don't want to hear about that. I had some bad years on my own. Now with you here being part of a team...
What about you had Valerie?
This might sound a mite soppy, but I feel like I could be a proper agent again. That starts with writing accounts. This friend of mine, Zebulon Tran, I let him down. And I've been chewing on that live wire for a while. Too long, maybe. Much as I might love to jaw about that special interest of mine, this business with Zeb's gotta come first. After I recovered from Horizon Point, Zeb and I ran together for a spell, doing what we could to help folks in difficult spots. Fighting protectorate tyranny in small ways. Too small for Zeb, as it turned out. He was unhappy before I showed up, and after, well, all my directorate talk fired him up even more. I had my orders. I was to stay low. Couldn't let the Protectorate catch wind of an Earth Directorate agent in its midst. But Zeb, he kept pushing to take more extreme action. I agree. But the problem with burning down a system is finding ways out for all the innocent folk trapped inside it. That wasn't the goal anyway. Just helping out where we could. We worked hard, but the Protectorate's arbiters and sentinels worked harder. Often than not, our help only made targets of the folks whose lives we were trying to improve. Didn't matter what we did. Arcadia was still caught under the Protectorate's boot.
Space Ranger.
Guess some of what you said way back when stuck. All that talk about putting people first. Figured that's what I was doing. Putting a stop to all the pain I was causing. Anyway, things weren't good. Zeb and I couldn't find the rhythm we had before. We were arguing every day. Eventually, cutting ties just seemed for the best. Clean like. Only later I learned Zeb hadn't given up the struggle like I assumed he would. He got to stay in mental refreshment for his trouble. That's the last I heard of him, till recent. Much appreciated, Commander. Promise, I won't be making a habit of pulling skeletons out of my closet. Westport's on the east side of the island. I tracked Zeb to somewhere on its outskirts, but never got up the nerve to visit before now. We ought to start there.
We got some mental refreshment. Doesn't that mean he was brainwashed again? So that's all the way over that way.
This unit has finished compiling the comprehensive report on the commander you requested, Agent Ibarra.
Oh, thanks. But I didn't request a report.
This request is over 3,470 days old and was initially issued prior to the mission on Horizon Point.
Oh, shit! Delete that. It's most likely to have outdated information anyway.
Acknowledged. Purging the commander's favorite colors, foods, and activities report.
What? Stalkers, but okay. I wonder why there's a building here that couldn't enter. First little bit of heavy rounds. I guess I'm supposed to actually go. Probably I was supposed to go coming from the top. Didn't. I didn't even get up top anyway. Yeah, like that, okay.
Oh, what's this? Non-protectorate personnel just sauntering up onto my porch, free as they please. Admit I'm accustomed to a higher standard of precaution. State your purpose, outsider, or exit yon way you came. Ah, I see you've discovered some of my misappropriated materials. Careful labeling proves prudent and useful yet again. Here, for your effort. A full set of Science Adventures Quarterly was stolen from me and sold to various unknown parties across the island. Since you've already proven adept at their repossession, I would put it to you to locate the rest. In exchange, I will provide you with rarities and bits. A form of manipulatory ideation disguised as popular entertainment, intended to sway the audience to their point of view, couched within just a crackingly exciting narrative. Specifically, an Earth Directorate periodical featuring beloved fictional characters Commander Zane and Buddy. An effective mental conditioning device. And right thrilling. Why, to reclaim lost Protectorate property, first and foremost. The line represented a growth of the medium from the less sophisticated 2-bit dreadful, both in style and effectiveness. Its remarkable popularity not only mirrored a rise in public sentiment against greedy corporations and tyrannical governments across colonies, The brief window surrounding the volume's release saw a marked increase in skip drone requests for Earth Directorate aid. I believe there remains much to learn from them. Ah, quite right. In fact, delightful. I am pleased you are on the case, as it were. So very Zane and Buddy. Return again when you have another 4 volumes, and I will trade them for more valuable oddities. Stay true, outsider. You've returned. I take it matters are progressing well? Return again when you have another 4 volumes, and I will trade them for more valuable oddities. May safety
I don't
and
know how many I have.
be yours.
At least they get a bunch of merchandise for sure. Music box. What is this building?
Sequencing attack strategy.
Let me know when you need a distraction.
Engaging combat protocols.
Stop these things from coming back up.
Entering a confrontational state.
Not sure what the point of this building was, but okay. Don't know what that did, but okay. My guess is maybe if I actually would have clicked that first, I probably wouldn't have had the same issue. Probably could have. No. I had to kill the drones. How do I get over there? We have to come down and over. That's probably what I have to do. Let's place a marker here. I can get a suppressor for this gun. What gun is this? This is the Zane's pistol. Increases magazine capacity and reload speed, adds penetration through soft targets, and has the reflex sight on it.
Seems nowhere on Paradise Island's going untouched by this war.
Enthusiastically neutralizing friendlies.
Confronting threat.
Okay. Some repeating rifle. Is that better than my current repeating rifle? Yeah, it is. It's a blue version. But I can't take the silencer back out of that. So I guess I can sell this. So I guess I would have to technically remake the silencer. So this takes short rounds of 157 of those. This also... So nothing I currently have takes short rounds. Shotgun. Oh. $12 damage versus 23. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get rid of the it doesn't have a suppressor on it though. We can always get a suppressor on it later. Okay, what do we got down this way? Enemy over here somewhere. Hard shut. Ammo belongs to me.
I'll take fighting raps over living in a surveillance state any day of the week.
Did it? I guess I could have came from the roof if I wanted to. Got some new things. Nothing here though. I think it was like armor. This one's heavy. Ignore incoming attacks. Well below 50%. Premium Moon Man armor. Defense. Okay, before we go into the next room, let's get a save.
Ain't as tough as you thought. Hey you! Get over here before you get yourself killed.
Who, me? Why can I put that on there? Oh, I don't have the mod itself. I have to go to crafting and then go to mod. Then go to mod and then put it on. There we go. How many upgrades for this? Break down a bunch of that equipment that I got. So it's yeah.
No, you ain't got what I need. And you can't come stumbling around here looking like prey. These raps ain't had a bite to eat since their pods dropped from the look of it. And a desperate rapt is a dangerous rapt. Meant no offense, you ain't one of Auntie's, and from the look of things, the Protectorate here didn't put up much of a fight. Me and Raptidons, we're well acquainted. I know their patterns, behaviors, attacks. Know what gives them an edge around folk who ain't in possession of that knowledge. Which is why I gotta ask, what are you doing here? Oh, that's a high-profile target. Huh. If she entrusted that to you, then I reckon we're on the same side. Or something like it. I'm Inez Silung, Auntie's choice. Former combat medic in the Enhanced Soldier Division. Now, menial troubleshooter. Minister Milver Street of Fairfield sent me here to retrieve some information. Not my most exciting assignment, but suppose we can't expect much with the stalemate on this island. I'll admit I was eager for some good hunting around here. My arm, my graft, needs some bolstering. But if the raps here are as weak as this one, it won't help me none. If you had, you'd know. Unless you're accustomed to seeing folk roaming around with exposed muscle fibers or stunted extra limbs on their backs. Other than punch a hole in my armor, cause Huel at the saloon to yell in consternation, not much, at present. I'm considered a liability. My graph's all wrong. Most everyone else who got one passed or became permanently incapacitated. So they shuttered the program. It was a total failure. Everyone in Fairfield reckons my time will come soon too. But I'm still mostly upright. for now.
She does have a hand like an extra hand on the back. You see her right shoulder? Technically her left shoulder, on our right. There's just a random hand back there, just like, why is that there?
I just know I can do more for Auntie and for the war. It's just this damn contract. Unless I can amend it so I might fix my graft, proving myself ain't happening anytime soon. Weren't many of us grafted soldiers to begin with. To think I'm one of the lucky ones. No. Enhanced Soldier Division was the fancy public-facing name for the grafting program. And when I say it was shuttered, I mean completely fucking demolished. Bet they'd erase it from the financial records if they could. It was that much of an embarrassment. In the wake of such a failure, it's left us grafted folks with no support. I only been able to treat my own ailments thanks to Doc Tinsley in Fairfield. She worked for the program for a time. She's a good one. She's bound by contract to work on whatever task Fairfield's illustrious leader set her to, nothing else. But she also ain't quite got the hang of the employment thing. You looked at the fine print of an employment contract lately? It says any action taken by a worker that could result in impeded work must be approved by the contract holder. Not only would trying to fix my graft impede my work, but it's also financially unviable, unproven, a risky investment. So I'm stuck with a limb that's slowly poisoning me. Could pursue fixing it myself were I out of my contract, but if I attempted to end it, I'd have to waive all employment rights for the next year. That's a non-starter. Law, no. The contract would just pass down the line of succession. It's a very long line. And anyway, I ain't a killer. No matter how much I fantasize about shutting him up when he goes on and on about how he's the father of capitalism reincarnated. Or lamenting that his mock apple martini ain't blended quite right. Ugh, never quite got the hang of those. Let me put it this way. If I was already on the bottom rung, this knocks me clean off and buries me in sand. But I started from nothing before. I could do it again. Maybe. Ain't easy moving between companies. And I wasn't always with Auntie's choice. But that's a story for another time. Get the feeling you will. Go on now. There's probably plenty of Protectorate info waiting to be scooped up if you're keen. Just mind the raps. I got what I came for, so I reckon it's time to see about my contract. Law knows I could use a lucky break.
I was expecting,
Inez remind you of Helen. Tough like her. Shame she's with Auntie's choice.
Yeah, I was expecting maybe that we could do something with her, but guess not. Corrosive damage. Okay. Back. I gotta go check on something. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Just had to make sure no one was dying. Apparently it was just TV. Just be super loud. So we were doing something. You're crushed. Okay, good times. Really. Yeah. So there's an extra floor. If I had 4 shots, it'd be better than 3 shots. Just saying, okay. Hear what that just gave me, but okay.
Confrontational state.
Yeah. He fucked up a lot of this stuff over here. Lockbox, which I don't know what it's for. Guess this is just back over here. Okay. Guess we can get out of here then. So gain access to Arc. What did I do here then? Huh. I guess this is the next location we go to, unless we want to go down this way, but I'm not 100% sure if I want to do that. set a marker here and head that direction. Ugh. Nothing really in here.
Prudence dictates we cherish all we have. Defend it.
Magazine size. Campaign hat. What does that look like? The thing is, like... Use a gun for that. Could mod it.
No offense to Val, but it's real nice having someone watching my back who ain't in constant need of recalibration. Anyway, need something, Commander? Sure, always happy to tool around for a bit. What did you have in mind?
You got a little bit of problem right here. Yeah. Got some blood problems. Okay. Which weapon got deactivated now, I think?
I must say, I have some. It's not a totally baseless
2 days, 3 at most.
that should totally be annihilated, just like all capitalist propaganda. Praise the matriarch.
Not sure what that was all about. Okay. Yeah, these guys apparently part of the Protectorate. Well, these guys are part of the corporate, so I'm surprised that they're not. They're playing involved, I believe.
2 days, 3 at most, and they'll come looking for contracts. That recruiter bits bonus is as good as mine.
Oh, they think they're gonna convert these guys? Right. God, no one cares I'm taking anything from here. Okay.
Ready to waste them on your command.
Doing like practically no damage to this thing. At least this does some damage. Flaw in you. Luddite. New technology confuses and frustrates you. Your max gadget energy is reduced and recharges slower, but as long as your energy is full, you gain bonus damage resistance. I didn't say I'm against the technology. I've been putting mods and shit. Okay, what? That doesn't make any sense. shotgun. I already have one. His head's missing. Too bad that computer rifles sucks ass.
Take a look at those corpses they've got strung up. Wait. Some aren't dead yet.
Decomposition rate 12 to 17%.
Didn't really need to know that. Let's just respect the dead or very slowly dying, shall we?
Slow down. Schultz went where? Schultz!
I don't care where they post me, as long as it's as far from those horrifying rifts as possible.
You seen Gary anywhere? No, he went off to relieve his...
Anyone got lamps on Schultz? Anyone? Floyd be damned. Sallying into the wire like that with nary a wish in her pocket? What was she thinking? Did I not make clear our orders to hold the line here regardless of provocation? Should my instructions have been more robust? Perhaps assisted by pictures?
I'm afraid there's more bad news, Commander. She also took Scrabbles, sir.
Would that he'd done her more good. Seems Calamity has claimed 2 good soldiers today. You there. I don't normally sanction nameless passers-by giving ear to my private discourse. Whatever your purpose, I feel a contractual obligation to warn you against setting a heel past this base. If you go any further, you go alone and at your own peril. No Anti's forces are permitted beyond the forward position upon pain of disemployment and possible litigation. Our orders are to sit and mind the store for as long as need be. It is difficult for me to accept such laudations at the moment, given recent losses. But I suppose you make a fair point. By steadfastly holding the line here, we forestall any retribution the Protectorate would seek to inflict upon Fairfield. And we will continue said watch until orders change. I'd thank you to affix some ballast to that name when you speak it. Scrabbles has been integral to this unit's success for years. Outsiders may see him as a toy, but we've bled alongside that stuffed sprat. He's damn near family. Schultz obviously knew the risks and hoped he'd protect her through the minefield. Alas, even Scrabble's power has limits. Still would help morale to get him back, though. I'll pardon your skepticism given your lack of acquaintance, and say only this. Ask not what Scrabbles achieves for us, but what we can achieve with him.
Okay.
I half believed you meant that offer. Unless you weren't being playful. I confess, the challenge of holding the forward position does not satisfy as might a straight-on tussle. But I would prefer to avoid staining my reputation by participating in such a needless blunder. Carr was, shall we say, non-ambiguous with her orders.
What's happening? Stop doing that. Okay, that's right.
Such an argument isn't as compelling as you believe. The soldier who does not consider defeat all but guarantees it. I will take action when action is appropriate.
And Scrabbles. Probably could have convinced him, but I don't really need to get on her bad side quite yet. Ow. Oh no, we died! Oh, I need to buy some trauma kits, that's what they do? If you die, you get resurrected? Okay. That's why we saved it before I did this. How do I know where the mines are at? Stuffed toy.
I see you haven't gone and blown yourself up yet. I'll be spaced. Scrabbles! And hardly the worse for wear! You've no grasp of what his return means to this unit. Scrabbles was originally a gift from my daughter. He fought with us during the Consolidation War, and has seen this squad through every hard deployment since leaving Tau Ceti. He's also packed with some of the finest grade stimulants this side of legal. Here, for your trouble. Livener like that comes in handy when you're in a pinch. While we appreciate you returning Scrabbles, you'll not provoke me into a course of unwise action if that's your aim. I will take action when action is
Let's go in this direction.
I think I polished up nice enough. Got out most of them bloodstains from my uniform. Still can't get the sting of disinfectant out of my smelling, though.
What's this building? What's mine leveling up? Close. I'm only 400 points off.
We're closed.
Okay.
Did you not hear me? This place is closed. No learning complaining today about how everything happens according to the obscure calculus of an indecipherable plan. Why are you asking? Who are you?
The people she tried to kill.
By the architect. I had no idea. I wish I could say it was unbelievable. I was afraid she was becoming a danger to herself and to others. But this is horrifying.
Yeah, imagine how we feel. Why don't you tell us where she is so we can make sure she ain't being a danger to herself or others?
And how are you going to do that?
That ain't something you ought to be concerning yourself about.
If you think I'm going to help you do what I think you're talking about, you are deluded. It is of no matter, regardless. I do not know where she is. I haven't seen her since before the corporatists invaded the island. I'm afraid she's going to do something terrible, but I just don't know what. Maybe none of this would have happened had I not introduced her to Victor. How did... You saw her terminal, didn't you? Victor's an Order archivist. We were all friends for a time. But then, shortly before the schism, they started talking to some others inside the Order. That's when things became tense. I started to become uneasy, scared, really. She kept getting angrier with the Order the more she worked with Victor and her other contacts. On top of everything else, it became just too much for me. Among other things. For some reason, she was obsessed with the cliffhanger ending of Chapter 6. It was the one where capitalist fanatics brought complete destruction upon Arcadia. But you know how it works. It was somehow miraculously saved at the beginning of the next chapter. Didn't matter to DeVries, though. She just kept going over it and over it. Would have talked to a Crabble about it if there was no one else to listen. That, and the invasion itself, set her mind to dark things. I begged her not to go down that road again. She was so agitated when I first met her. Must have been 7, going on 8 years ago now. She never slept, didn't talk to anyone if she could avoid it. After we became friends, she began to change. Still bothered her from time to time, but I thought it mostly behind her. I couldn't watch her go back to how she'd been. Or worse. We became friends when she... well, she saved me. I'd said something without thinking. Must have been distracted. We all know to watch every last word we say. For some reason, she interceded on my behalf with an arbiter. And she convinced him he didn't hear what he actually did. No one does that. Void, I didn't think anyone could. We all were, originally, before the schism. But she never gave it up, even when it became illegal to even mention their name. Which was surprising with how angry she seemed to be getting with
Earth
them,
Director
even
become
as
part
she
of the
was
Order.
deep into scheming with Victor and the others. She even continued to sign her messages, "See you in the equation." It's all so confusing. No. But it had to be someone's fault, right? The Protectorate couldn't possibly have failed to safeguard the colony. And they had to answer the accusations the Order leveled at them. What do you mean? It was where she worked, one of the Protectorate's communications hubs. She didn't speak of it much. At least to me. She may have spoken to Victor about it.
She ain't the only one.
It's difficult to explain. She spoke about things in unfamiliar ways. I felt her words to be freeing, at first. But slowly, I began to feel unmoored, doubting everything I ever knew. She said learning the truth of things was worth it. But now I question whether her truth was just more of her penchant to sow chaos, no matter who may be caught in her schemes. Some days I wish I'd never listened to her at all. Others, I can't help but miss her. Even with everything.
Know a little something about that, too.
I did try to. Once. after the corporatists invaded Paradise Island and took over Fairfield. They seemed to let anyone in there. Some boisterous fellow even tried to recruit me. No. Nearest I could surmise, she'd left just prior to the fall of Fairfield. I'm ashamed to admit, I did break into her safe. She used the same code for everything. 15-778.
That is Agent DeVries's identification code, Commander.
She said it had some meaning from her previous life. I'd hoped she'd left something for me, but the safe was empty. I know I've no right to ask this of you, but when you find her, please remind her of who she used to be. She's unwell, but I know there's still hope for her. That's all I can ask.
Level up. Alright, let's get that last little bit of medical. And then... Wait, don't these usually go by 2, not by 1? By 2. Get a perk point until next time. Looks like my companions did get a level up though. So I can either give him got him, puts himself and the enemies on a fire to protect his comrades, and enemies are more likely to target him, and he will occasionally fire at enemies not targeting him, taunting them. Or gets armor penetration. I'd rather make him a tank, so let's make him a tank. What's the new thing? And then this person needs to be the medic, so heals 20%, heals 20% health instantly, or armor rating goes up. Wait, what? Now that we got that done, we can fast forward back here, so don't worry about that. Let's remove this. Let's go back in this direction. Let's go check out and see what the heck that one thing was. All that just for some money? Okay. I was hoping for something a little bit more than that, but I guess I'm not lucky enough for that to happen. Alright, what kind of quests do I got right now? Checking the map, there's no loot over here to be had at all. At least according to the map. Granted, it's probably not updated at all, so there's probably that. Alright, So we gotta go down here, then over this way. And then probably head down that way. Last. Oh, probably should go here first. It's that direction.
Careful of friendly fire if you head down past the farm. Last time we wandered past, they opened fire on us. A real code 472. 472 means they're gonna fill anything that moves full of holes. Careful of friendly fire if you head down past the farm. Last time we wandered past, they opened fire on us. A real code 472.
If you're wondering why there's so many engineers sitting here on their rears, it's because the dang Crobbles ran us out of the desalinator. Now we're stuck here on standby wages. Hope you ain't jesting with us, friend. Can't wait to get back to making full-time wages. Thank you kindly.
Okay. I guess that was supposedly a quest, but I already did it.
Let's not waste each
Peddle
other's
your
time.
wares elsewhere.
How about I do my job and you do whatever it is you do?
I do things. Sometimes. So this is all stealing.
Word is Milver Street is ordering a watch on the Protectorate survivors in Westport. Once any change is reported. I hate that kind of work. It always sounds like so much effort. That kind of thing ain't even on my contract. Milver Street is offering bits rewards for anything of import we can tell him. But I do love bits. Come on, friend. Let's go set our lamps on something juicy from Milver Street.
What? Says there's something over that way, but I don't see it. Get to it. Quite sure.
Scout report.
Yes, sir. Looks like the repair center is still out of order, sir.
Excellent. At ease, Scout. Glad to hear that they haven't managed to repair it. Even X-Men has temporarily.
I heard that. Time to sever.
Dangerous enemies.
Emergency.
Can't see what I'm shooting at. There's a guy right point blank right next to us. I'm shooting over here.
Ready to waste him. On your command.
Recommended course of action. Silence.
Leaders and bosses, particularly tough enemies, are noted by their health bar, signifying that they are especially challenging. These are reserved for the leaders and strongest fighters in a group. These enemies are more resistant to certain powerful effects, requiring them to take damage first and make them weak. Oh, am I right? Okay. That's everybody. Good loot, everyone. Alright, that's this location. Didn't really feel like it this has a lot of stuff. Like, these guys were technically bosses, in quotations, but didn't feel like it. Can you not kill this person? Biomass pistol. Blood everywhere.
Unsanitary conditions detected.
Yeah, I would agree with that. With Bloodbane just flying on the ground.
I've counted at least 6 horrendous death screams since you arrived. You must be affected as well.
Oh, I guess I could have came with stuff like.
Oh, could it be? You seem an honest-to-goodness rational human being, unhindered by bloodlust, unshackled from their basal ganglia. Well then, by the Loeffler Risk Intercession Act, under Outbreak Provision 5A, I hereby press you into service to aid me in our present crisis. I, Omid Ormsby, Product Envisioner, Department of Proprietary Methodology and Audacious Advances, am your interim supervisor. Because I've squirreled myself away inside our test chamber for safekeeping? Well, I assure you my position as lead visionary of this innovative lab persists regardless. But back to the exciting news about this incredible new opportunity. You working for me, as an aide-de-camp of sorts, on a brief yet no doubt exhilarating assignment. whole thing was ghastly. One of my assistants and I heard a loud noise. He left to investigate while I continued working on our experiment. When he failed to return, I peeked outside and saw the others run in, bloody, gibbering, hunting for targets. They'd clearly been exposed to some virulent new form of experimental agent. I ran back and locked myself in this test chamber to avoid contamination. Well, you'd certainly think so, but management sets the goals. Our humble research team works to deliver. Well, it should all be rather straightforward, yes? I suspect we'd use a top-down indirect coronium synthesis method, don't you think? Just so. You seem no stranger to this type of work, eh? Tremendous. Well then, before we roll up our sleeves and determine what's needed, any questions? We'll need two things: fresh samples of the red spores and the findings from the expedition that originally uncovered them. After that, an antidote should be possible in relatively short order, with your skilled assistance, of course. Spore samples may be taken from a red plant indigenous to an area of tall rock formations northwest of here, ingeniously referred to as the Red Spire. The research team's findings are on a terminal in another building on these same grounds, a satellite lab to this one, if you will. Once we have an antidote firmly in hand, we can save my remaining colleagues, so best not murder them all in the meantime.
I kind of did that already, so...
Typical Auntie's choice. Moving fast and break.
I kind of did it already. I kind of killed them all.
Breaking things.
Whoops. I didn't know I was supposed to not kill them all. They were just shooting at me, so I just kind of shot back. Okay, so I got the download terminal done. Away. I'm sure the ending's gonna be now that I killed everybody, but not much I can do about that. But that's gonna be the stream for me for the day. Hope you guys liked it. Guys, please hit that like button, subscribe if you guys want to see more. Do stream every single day. And of course, you're watching from Twitch or Rumble. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.